Choosing between a 6 and an 8-inch manual auger can be a bit of a tough call. Both are excellent and they're going to do the same job. The right one for you depends on your conditions. They're both the Swede bore, so the exact same design. The only difference is the 8 versus 6-inch diameter. Where I live, there can be very deep ice. Here in Northern Ontario, Canada, you can get 4 feet of ice. Up the closer you get to the Arctic, you can get much deeper ice than that. So the reason that I like the 6-inch is primarily because it's so much easier to drill once you get to that depth of ice. For shallower ice, I don't mind using the 8-inch at all. Both go through like butter when the blades are sharp, but as soon as you start getting into that 3-4 foot range of ice, the 8-inch is noticeably more difficult, especially if you're running and gunning and drilling holes all over the lake. It'll really wear you down over time. 6 versus 8 inches may seem like a trivial amount. You wouldn't think it's that much harder, but the surface area of a circle grows exponentially with increases in the diameter. So a 6-inch auger has a surface area of about 28 square inches versus the 8-inch auger, which has a surface area of 50 square inches. So it almost doubles with only that 33% increase in the diameter. So both of these have very new blades on. They're extremely sharp, dangerously sharp almost. I'm going to drill both as quickly as I can, same effort level for both, time them and see what the time comes out to compare them. Below me is probably about 2 feet of ice. I haven't actually drilled through yet, but I'm going to drill with both and see how long it takes and how much effort it takes to get through. Some slushy crap. Okay, that was the first time I've used the 8-inch this year. I've been using the 6-inch and I could already feel in my bicep the difference in exertion. Okay, let's see with the 6. Get through that slushy crap again. I'm going to take getting through the slush out because that can take longer and it's not really a fair test. Now that I'm through the slush, I'll compare them both at that point. So I'm not sure how much of a difference there'll be in time, but in terms of effort, it's very noticeable. My arm could really feel it with the 8-inch, but the 6-inch was like nothing. So like with all gear, there are going to be pros and cons. It's not as simple as just saying, oh, 6 inches is easier to drill, therefore it's better. 8-inch has some significant advantages. If you're fishing for big fish, like big pike, let's say, big lake trout, then a 6-inch hole can be very hard to turn the fish up. When you have less area, surface area at the bottom of your hole where it meets the water, it can be super tough to turn that fish's nose up. Imagine a big long fish like this, a big long pike. Imagine trying to turn it up through a little hole 6 inches big. The 8 inches really gives you a lot more of an angle to do that. So if you're fishing for panfish, then a 6-inch auger is going to be awesome. If you're fishing for larger fish, then you may want the 8-inch. A 6-inch you can double up and drill 2 holes side by side so that they touch, therefore creating one larger hole. However, that can be very difficult when the ice gets deep. If you try and drill 2 straight holes right beside each other in 3 or 4 feet of ice, it gets pretty difficult. So at that point in the season, fishing for a big fish is just a challenge because you either have to go with the 6-inch and have a small hole that you can get down more easily, or use the 8-inch and tire yourself out by drilling. If you live somewhere where the ice never gets that thick, then you're probably better off going with the 8-inch, even if you're just fishing for little panfish. It just gives you breathing room in the hole. You can put your sonar down there and the cord isn't, getting tangled up in your fishing line. It gives you a little extra real estate to work with. But if you're up here in the north and you're not dealing with huge fish, then I probably prefer the 6-inch. There's always trade-offs with gear, and that's kind of where the equation stands. One other advantage of the 6-inch, if you're hiking in, it's a little lighter because just look at it. It's smaller. It's the same components at the top end, but the whole way down the second half, the bottom half, it's all bigger and larger and heavier. That's about it. I'll leave it at that. It really just depends, to summarize, on the depth of ice that you're fishing, the size of the fish that you're fishing for, and how much effort you want to put into drilling each hole.